Welcome to Arise United Devils. In today's news, Jadon Sancho expected to be sold by Manchester United in January after showdown talks with Ten Hag. Jadon Sancho will push to leave Manchester United in January after crisis talks with Erik Ten Hag failed to reach a resolution. The England international, who was signed for £73 million back in 2021, has seen his relationship with the United boss break down following a public spat. Sancho was left out of the squad for United's Premier League defeat at Arsenal last time out. And following a back and forth, which took Ten Hag by surprise, the decision has been made for Sancho to seek a move. It has been reported that he will look to leave when the window reopens, possibly on loan, before securing a permanent exit next summer. Ten Hag confirmed he was omitted from the squad that travelled to North London due to poor performances in training, telling reporters. He had hoped his comments would spur on the former Borussia Dortmund star, only for Sancho to launch a public rebuttal on social media. In a statement which remains on the player's public profile, he accused Ten Hag of scapegoating him for the club's current issues. It is understood that Ten Hag has been taken aback by Sancho's reaction and he was left dismayed at the player's decision to take their issues public. The report adds that the trust between the pair is now beyond repair, with player and manager unable to heal their fractured relationship. Last season, Ten Hag opted to send Sancho to a tailored training program, claiming he wasn't in the right fitness state to turn out for United. He did return to the fold in the second half of last season, but has clearly left his manager unimpressed since returning in the summer. And such is his standing within the current setup, his prospects for starting games haven't been improved even in light of United delaying Antony's return to Carrington. Man United's Antony denies Ingrid Lana assault allegations and leaks WhatsApp messages. Manchester United winger Antony has hit back at allegations of assault by Ingrid Lana by publishing a series of WhatsApp messages online. Lana, a 33-year-old banker, claimed in an interview with Brazilian network Record TV that the 23-year-old assaulted her in October. She accused the Brazil international of pushing her against a wall in an attempt to have sex with her, leading her to hit her head. It followed an accusation made by another woman, Antony's ex-girlfriend Gabriela Cavallin, claiming he assaulted her on 4 occasions. Law student Raisa de Freitas has also alleged she needed hospital treatment following an incident in May 2022 where she claims to have been attacked by Antony. But Antony responded on Sunday night by taking to his Instagram account to leak 4 screenshots of WhatsApp conversations allegedly with Ingrid, whom he labeled a fraudster. He captioned one of the posts, "I don't want to, but I'm being forced to publish a small part of the WhatsApp conversations with Ingrid, which demonstrates that we only had a single meeting, intimate and consensual. This matter with this fraudster will be resolved in court." One of the messages saw the person in question telling Antony, "If you want, I'll wait in bed naked." Antony went on to tell Brazilian news outlet Globo in a statement, "I talked to Ingrid on WhatsApp. When she went to Portugal to attend her cousin's birthday, she asked to come here to Manchester to meet me, with a clear intention of meeting me intimately, including asking me if I preferred red or white lingerie. I bought a ticket and booked a hotel for her. In fact, I met her at the mentioned hotel and we had an intimate and consensual encounter. Although, she insisted that we meet again for another intimate encounter, due to scheduling issues I was unable to see her again, as she returned to Brazil. Since then, I have never met her again. All of this that I narrate now is undoubtedly proven in the WhatsApp messages, which I just do not publish in full to preserve the right to privacy. However, I will make available in the appropriate channels, if necessary, to prove my innocence, as well as to propose the competent reparatory action and request for investigation." Manchester United Donny van de Beek could seal a move away from Old Trafford this week with 2 clubs showing genuine interest. The 26-year-old has not made a competitive appearance for the Red Devils since January. He spent the second half of the 2022-23 campaign on the sidelines with a knee injury and has since fallen down the pecking order. Erik Ten Hag allegedly has no plans to reintroduce him to the first-team squad, so club officials are now looking to facilitate a transfer. And according to football journalist Nicolo Shira, 2 Turkish clubs have expressed an interest in signing Van de Beek on loan. Although the 2 clubs have not been named by Shira, Galatasaray and Fenerbahce have both previously been linked with a swoop for the midfielder. The Turkish Super League transfer window closes on Friday, meaning a deal will have to be struck this week. Van de Beek joined Man Utd in a £39 million transfer from Ajax in 2020. He has made just 60 first-team appearances and provided 2 goals and 2 assists. Fiorentina insisted on secret transfer clause in Sofyan Amrabat deal amid Man United fears. Fiorentina have ensured that Sofyan Amrabat's contract will automatically extend by 1 year if Manchester United decide not to purchase the midfielder at the end of his season-long loan. A deal was struck on deadline day, with Amrabat initially moving to United on loan. Although Fiorentina were determined to include a purchase obligation in any deal with United, the two clubs instead agreed on a purchase option. However, a fresh report from Italian outlet Il Tirreno reveals that Fiorentina have covered themselves by inserting a secret clause into the deal that will see Amrabat's contract extend by 1 year if a permanent transfer fails to materialize, thus protecting his market value. Fiorentina have already banked an £8.5 million loan fee from Manchester United, who will have to pay a further £21.5 million if they wish to secure Amrabat's services on a permanent basis. Amrabat is no stranger to Ten Hag, who was in charge at FC Utrecht when the midfielder came through the academy ranks. Amrabat went on to make over 50 appearances for the club before he was snapped up by Feyenoord. Speaking after his move to Old Trafford had finally been confirmed, Amrabat made it clear he was relishing the prospect of working with Ten Hag again, and that the opportunity to do so was a big factor behind his desire to seal a transfer to Old Trafford. Sir Jim Ratcliffe makes fresh Manchester United takeover admission. Ineos founder Sir Jim Ratcliffe has admitted failure in the Manchester United takeover process is not an option for him as he awaits news on the sale. Ratcliffe is one of the two frontrunners to buy the Reds after the Glazers announced in November a strategic review. At the time, this review was defined as leaving all potential scenarios on the table in regards to the future of the club's ownership, including the prospect of a full sale. Since the news, Ratcliffe is thought to have approached the American family with an offer for approximately 60% of United. However, he faces stiff competition from Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al-Thani, who is proposing a 100% buyout. Both bids from Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim are thought to be in the £5 billion region. Unfortunately for United supporters, updates on the takeover process have been non-existent. But, in a rare interview on Ineos.tv, the 70-year-old addressed the sale. He said, "The Manchester United bid would have been unthinkable 2 or 3 years ago if we hadn't had some of the experiences, some quite difficult experiences with Lausanne and Nice. You can't really contemplate acquiring a brand like Manchester United and failing because the failure is just far too public and excruciating in a deal like that." Manchester United in talks over new £60 million shirt sponsor. Manchester United are reportedly in talks with an American technology company to become the club's new front of shirt sponsor. United currently have Germany-based software firm TeamViewer on the front of their home and away shirts, having signed a 5-year deal worth £47 million per year in 2021. However, United and TeamViewer announced in December that the club would buy back the rights to the sponsorship in a mutual decision. Since then, the club has been looking for a new sponsor, believing they can earn around £60 million per year, putting them in line with rivals like Manchester City, Etihad Airways, £52 million, Barcelona, Spotify, £54 million, Paris Saint-Germain, Qatar Airlines, €57 million, and Real Madrid, Emirates, £62 million. The Athletic now reports they are in advanced discussions with Qualcomm, a company which manufactures telecommunications hardware. United are already partners with Qualcomm's subsidiary brand Snapdragon, which powers smartphones, computers and gaming devices. And the US-based company has now entered talks over a vastly expanded deal which would see their name and logo replace TeamViewer on the club's shirts. Any deal that is struck is unlikely to bring about any changes in the short term, given United have already printed thousands of shirts with TeamViewer on them for the 2023-24 season. Instead, a new sponsor would come into effect next summer ahead of the 2024-25 campaign. The hunt for a new sponsor comes after TeamViewer got cold feet over their 5-year deal worth £235 million. Although the decision to part ways just 1 year into the 5-year deal was described as mutual, it came after TeamViewer was put under severe pressure from its shareholders, who were deeply unhappy with the move. Fans, should Jadon Sancho be loaned out in January or should be sold outright? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Till next time, thank you for watching.